Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a get ready with me while I talk about everything I wish I knew before going to college and picking my college and everything like that, and if I could go back, how would I do it differently. And I'm also just going to be answering some questions that people have commented on my YouTube videos or like TikToks and things like that. I do want to say thank you for the recent love on my YouTube videos. A few of them have gotten a few more views than normal, and I just want to say thank you to everybody who is watching and interested in the content that I post. Let me give you kind of a background in case you've never like seen one of my college videos or anything like that. Basically, I go to the University of North Carolina, Wilmington. I'm originally from Maryland, so I'm about 6 hours from home. Yeah, I'm a film major here at UNC Wilmington, and their film program is phenomenal. I love the film program, which is what has made my decision to possibly transfer very difficult. I'm saying possibly. I know I'm gonna transfer. I just kind of, it sucks to like admit it when you are in such a good program, but I'm not like happy here in the social aspect, which I think is a huge part of college. Obviously academics play a huge role, but also having fun in the 4 years that you go to college and having friends, that's like kind of a big deal. I think I'm going to start with like how I did my college decision process. So basically I knew I wanted to be a film major and go to a school that wasn't super small, because a lot of film schools obviously are super tiny or just for film, and I know I didn't want that. So I looked at schools mainly in New York, and yeah, I applied to Fordham University, Hofstra, Binghamton, Syracuse, Illinois State, UNC Wilmington. I think that was it, if I'm not mistaken. But basically I decided to not live in New York City and go to a school there because of the lack of a college experience that I would be getting, you know, with no real campus and no real college experience. It's also super expensive to live in the city. I did get some scholarships, but like just living, the price of to live in the city is just crazy. So this is something I've never said, but I actually got waitlisted from my major at Syracuse, like the film major. So I decided not to go there, even though that would like, I was really just between Syracuse and UNC Wilmington. So obviously they made it easy for me by waitlisting me from my major, and I didn't like have time to wait to like see if they would let me in with like how the process goes. Like you have to make your decision by a certain date. So that was super like devastating. I really liked Syracuse. I knew I would probably have picked UNC Wilmington anyway, just because of like the weather, but I really loved Syracuse, and just not even having that as like an option anymore really sucked. I also like got into every other school, so just not getting in like really did not help my confidence. I picked UNC Wilmington. I'm in love with the campus, the area. It's 10 minutes from the beach. It's also like a beautiful campus, very like old type buildings, which I love. They're like modern on the inside, but like old on the outside looking. I'll insert a picture maybe, or you can look it up, but right near the beach. The film program was phenomenal. Great weather, obviously. Whatever, I just really liked the campus. They don't have a football team, and I soon found out that they don't really have a lot of school spirit anyways. It is a D1 school, so like we do have a very good athletics. Our basketball team is phenomenal, but it's not the same type of atmosphere as like a big SEC school or a Big Ten school, something like that, where they tailgate for games, and game days are just such a big deal. So yeah, another thing that I loved about Wilmington was the downtown area. You get the city and you get the beach, and that was a huge deal for me as someone who really was debating going to New York City. But it is kind of hard to have like a party life here. The frats are very small and honestly are kind of not that fun, which maybe that's how all schools are, but they kind of just remind me of like a high school party, which I don't like the vibe of. And the club downtown, there's 2 18 and older clubs, and then there's bars, but you can't like get into the bars obviously unless you're 21, like for real 21. So that's just a little bit of a sucky situation. It was just really hard seeing all my friends like loving college and having so much fun at their schools and going to game days and doing all of this. And my brother goes to the University of Tennessee, so like he's living like the ultimate college experience. And it's never something that I thought would have bothered me, but it really did, and I really realized I wasn't having as much fun as I should be. Like, these are my last 4 years before I have to like be a full-grown adult and have a real job and do all that stuff. And also my entire life was so independent, and I never thought I would miss home like at all. Like, for as long as I can remember, I've wanted to move as far away from home as possible. But as soon as I moved away, I realized like I really do miss my family, and it just sucks. Like, my little brother is still in high school, and I just literally, my favorite thing to do is watch him play basketball, and like my family's there. And I never really thought I would miss that until the past like year and a half, where I've gotten a little bit like closer. Not a little bit, I like, my family is very close, but like we've just gotten even closer, I would say, so it's very hard not being near them. My boyfriend and I are 6 hours of long distance away from each other, and me and my friends, everything like that, so it was just kind of difficult. Another thing that was crazy about UNC Wilmington that I just had no idea about, because to me it's not like a super small school. There's like 18,000 kids here. It's a pretty like good size, except that it's like everybody who goes here like lives in North Carolina, but they all know each other. Like, they all went to high school together or elementary school, or they somehow, this person knows this person, so automatically you're in a friend group. So it's very like high school-y and very cliquey, which I personally, that's my least favorite thing in the world, is like cliquey atmospheres. So it was just, it's super hard, because at the beginning of the year I did have like a solid group of friends, and then they definitely sectioned off, which is 100% fine. Like, everyone starts to find their people more and more the longer you're here, obviously. But that made it very difficult to kind of enjoy being here when you don't have really any friends. And it's also just something that I had never struggled with. Like, I'd never struggled with being someone who like doesn't have friends. Like, so it was like a weird adjustment to have nobody. Well, I have like my roommate, and then I've made one like best friend here. But like seeing everybody else have like these cute little friend groups, and like, I don't know, it's very challenging even still. And then seeing that like I'm the only one like that, like I look at all my friends at other schools and like they are thriving, or at least it seems that way on social media. You never know. But yeah, so I decided that I wanted to transfer. It was more difficult for me to decide that I want to transfer than like anything else, because I just never thought I would be that kid. I never thought that I would be the one who like didn't choose my path correctly or something like that, you know what I mean? So that sucked, because I just felt like such a failure for no reason. Like, it's so, I didn't realize how normal it was to not like your school until I posted a TikTok about transferring, and a few of my friends reached out to me from other schools and were like, I feel the same way, like, thank you for making this, like, how did you know you wanted to transfer, everything like that. So that just made me feel less alone, and that me posting that probably helped a few people, which was nice to feel. I did get a question about which dorms you recommend for freshmen. Let me double check that that was the question. I'm in the honors college, so honors college freshmen have to live in Sandpiper Hall. There's basically a lot of freshman housing, and from what I know, most of it is really good. Sandpiper Hall is a new, completely new dorms, along with, I think, Pelican and Loggerhead. Loggerhead is where my best friend lives, and she is in, it's also a sophomore dorm, but that's like the suites. So if you pick a roommate and then want to live in the suites, you'll get assigned with 2 random suite mates. So that's how that one works. And I'm there might also be like singles that you can do that with, where you just share a bathroom with one person. But I know that that is for regular freshmen and sophomores. And then Pelican and Terrapin are also freshman housing. And those ones they're pretty much, all of the dorms are the same. They're very modern. The ones in the quad are super modern, which is very nice, because there is some freshman dorms that are like very oldish, like not run down or anything, it's just not as modern. Like ours have like this nice brown wood and everything, whereas the other ones have like the orangey type of wood. But I did go in this girl's dorm. Damn, where did she live? It was like far as shit, and it was like huge. It wasn't in the quad, but the houses are huge, but they were like old. Does that make sense? So I would definitely recommend all the quad housing, so whether that be Sandpiper, Loggerhead, Terrapin, or Pelican, I recommend all of those for sure. A lot of people live in Graham Hewlett as well, but I've never been in there, so I'm not going to recommend that to you because I have no idea what those buildings are like. Going back, if I could redo applying, I would do a little more research, because for some reason, like, whenever I was searching for schools that had a film major, like, none of the ones that I'm looking at now when I'm transferring were even an option. And those are like the ones I'm finding now were like huge schools that like I would have loved to know had a film major, but they like never came up in my college search when I looked up schools with film majors and things like that. So that's super frustrating, because like the only schools that would come up were like super teeny tiny schools, and now all of a sudden there's Virginia Tech and there's Pitt and like all these things. And it's just frustrating, because where were those when I was looking to apply? For anyone who was thinking about applying to UNC Wilmington or wants to come here, it is a fantastic school. The academics are phenomenal. The vibes are great. I think it's like a great school for people who really, really don't care about the generic college experience, where you have sports and you have like a ton of going out options, because there's just not a ton of going out options. And obviously I'm not transferring so I can go party. I'm transferring because like I'm just genuinely not happy here the way I should be. And even though this is a fantastic school and like I really do love this school, like I should be enjoying it and not spending my nights in and my weekends in doing homework and just getting ahead. So I really do think everyone's experience at this school, and probably every school, really just depends on like who you meet and who your friends are. Everyone here is super nice, but it is very cliquey, like I said. So they can be nice, but like I'm not hanging out with anybody because they've made their friend groups, which is fine. I don't want this video to turn anyone away from UNC Wilmington. I've loved every class I've taken here. All my professors are fabulous. Like, the classes are great. Being in the honors college is phenomenal. None of my classes are huge, so I get to have a real connection with my teacher, which I love. Ow, my heartburn. Hello, it's me editing this video. I did want to just add on one other thing, that I kind of didn't touch on, and that is like the diversity at UNC Wilmington, and it is that it's very much not super diverse. It definitely is predominantly white, so that is also something that if you're looking for a more diverse school, probably not UNC Wilmington. I don't know. I also, like, just one of my godbrother came and visited the campus with him and my godmother, and we were like walking around. I was giving them a tour, and they were like, are there really like a lot of people of color here? Like, because he wants a diverse school, and I was like, now that I'm thinking about it, no, there's really not. So, and obviously I had known that. My teachers pointed out a lot. I had a teacher, and she was like, oh, are you all white or what? And so yeah, that's definitely something to also look for if you're looking for a diverse campus. UNC Wilmington is probably not the one. So I wanted to add that in real quick. That all being said, though, I don't think I will be here next year. I really do miss my family, and I do want to have a better college experience, whatever that means for me. But if you have any questions, or any questions about the college process, the transferring process, the college application process, how to narrow down what schools you want, things like that, definitely let me know and I can make a video on that. Yeah, I hope this video was interesting and that it made sense and I wasn't just rambling on for 10 minutes, but yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna go do some homework. My English class got canceled today, so that is why I get to film this. And yeah, I want to thank you guys so much for watching and for all the love on my videos recently, and I hope to see you in the next video soon. Deuces.